He closed the panel, wiped his hands on the rag, and stood in the laundry room listening to the drum settle into a clean, even spin. 3 hours of his Saturday. A part he drove across town for. One seized bolt he had to heat with a torch until the metal finally gave. His wife said thanks without looking up. His son passed the doorway and never asked how he knew which sound meant trouble. You would think a man like that is starving for praise. He is not. What hurts is stranger than that. The bruise is that nobody asks where he learned to hear failure that early, or what a boy had to trade away to become the man everyone trusts when something in the house starts shaking. We have watched this pattern in dependable men, capable men, quiet in a way that changes the room. The skill people lean on was often built where being useful was safer than being known, which means the same hand that can steady a machine, patch a wall, or get everybody home can still go numb when the room goes still and nothing is broken enough to justify his being there. Stay in that laundry room. If he cannot see the trade underneath the skill, he keeps becoming more necessary and less reachable. If he can, the same man who stood there listening to the drum spin will hear the silence in his own chest, set the rag down on the dryer, and walk back into the kitchen with words instead of another repair. Ray does not stay by the machine. He steps into the garage and sets the rag on the bench. The light over the workbench hums. A socket rolls once and taps the wood. He stands there longer than he needs to. His hands are dirty. His jaw is tight. The job is done. His body does not know that yet. That gap is where men like Ray spent a lot of their life. Not in the work itself. In the minute after, when the room goes quiet and nobody saw the cost. Ray reaches into his back pocket and pulls out a small black notebook. He writes the date. He writes the part number. He writes what stuck and what finally gave. No one in the house knows he keeps it. They know the jobs got done. They do not know he keeps a record of every small save. That is the split. His work is easy to see. The man doing it is not. Stay with him a minute, because the reason he writes it down started a long time before this house. At 11, Ray sat on a back step with a lawnmower carburetor spread on a grocery bag. Gas stained his fingers. Mosquitoes kept finding his ankles. His mother was crying in the kitchen. His father was gone again. The mower had to run before dark. So Ray kept working until it did. His mother thanked him through the screen door and went back inside. He stayed on the step after the engine went quiet. That boy learned something hard and useful in the same hour. When he fixed a problem, the house got calmer. When he had feelings, nobody had much room for them. So he trusted his hands before he trusted his mouth. That trade still runs in him now, and it costs more than most men think. Back in the garage, Ray picks up his drill and taps the trigger once. He listens to the pitch. He can hear a weak battery before most people would notice. He can feel a door catch shift with the weather. He can hear a bad bearing early. His hands know a lot. His mouth never got trained the same way. So when life gets messy, he reaches for what gives him a clear answer. Tighten it, test it, replace it, done. At the bench, effort still leads somewhere you can point to. Then he hears his wife laugh at something in the kitchen, and his shoulders tighten. The bench has rules. The kitchen does not. His son has been quiet all week. His wife asked at breakfast if he was okay. Ray said, "Yeah, just tired." That answer ended the talk fast. But it did not end the distance. He can solve what has parts. He does not know what to do with a room that wants words. I know this pattern because I have used it myself. I have stood at a sink at 11 p.m. washing a wrench I did not need to clean, just so I would not have to walk into the living room with nothing to offer but my face. I have finished a hard job, washed up, walked inside, and felt mad for a second. Not because nobody clapped, because nobody asked one real question. A man can go a long time without praise. What wears him down is being noticed most when something fails. If that sounds familiar, give me a number in the comments. Put 1 if you learned to fix things alone. Put 2 if a man stood next to you and showed you. The split matters, because both kinds of men carry something into the house. The first often learned by stress. The second often remembers somebody every time he grabs a tool. Either way, the weight comes home with him. Ray's phone buzzes on the bench. His brother-in-law sends a sync picture. The neighbor next door wants help with a garage door opener. His daughter asks if he can check her bike chain later. He smiles when he reads them. Then the smile drops. He likes being needed. He is getting tired of only being needed that way. The more useful he gets, the more his day fills with proof and empties out of closeness. A lot of men feel that at night and cannot name it. They were busy all day. They were needed all day. But one question still waits for them in the dark. Do you want me here when nothing is wrong? Ray will not ask that out loud. He will not even let himself think it for long. He does something easier. He keeps being useful. He has done that for years. When someone came to check on him, he waved them off. He said he was fine. He said he had it. He taught his family that the garage was where he went to handle things alone. He taught it so well that now they barely look up when he disappears. The move that kept him safe as a boy is keeping him far away as a man. That is why the next moment matters, because it looks too small to count. Later that night, Ray stands at the bench with a clean wrench in his hand. He wipes it anyway. He is not cleaning it. He is buying 10 more seconds before he walks back in the house. This is the moment most men miss, not the fix. The reach for one more task. His thumb runs over the handle once more. The old trade is showing up right on time. Stay here, because the way out does not start with a big talk. Ray sets the wrench down and leaves the bench light on. He walks into the living room and sits on the couch before he can make another excuse. His wife is half watching a show. She glances over. Ray says, "Tell me about your day." That line is plain, and that is why it works. He is not offering a fix. He is offering his seat, his face, and his time. If you are like him, you know what hits next. Your chest gets tight. You feel awkward. You want to get up and find a job to do. Stay put. The win is not a perfect talk. The win is that he did not hide behind another task. His wife talks about a coworker. Ray listens longer than he usually does. He does not solve anything. He just stays in the chair. That one choice starts teaching the house a new lesson. Dad does not only show up when something fails, he shows up when nothing is wrong too. Keep the skill. Keep the trade. Keep the good feeling of making dead things run again. Just stop making that your only way back into the room. I want to leave you with one picture. In Ray's garage, there is a pegboard full of tools with clean outlines where each one goes. Empty spot. Hook. He notices fast when one tool is missing. The people in his house notice the same way when he is missing from a room. They know when his hands are there. What they need now is to know when he is there. There is no outline on the wall for that. No clean shape waiting for him to fit inside. He has to walk in without a tool and trust that the chair is enough. That is harder than fixing the washer. He spent 30 years learning how to read a machine. He never spent 10 learning how to sit with a room. So he will be bad at it for a while. He will run out of words. He will feel useless on a couch he paid for. He will want to stand up and find something with a fault code he can clear. Stay put anyway. That feeling is not weakness. That feeling is the trade trying to keep him. A boy on a back step taught Ray that being useful was the way to belong. A man on a couch has to teach himself that being there is enough on its own. You are not just the man people call when something quits. You are the man in the room after the call ends. The man your son will remember not for what you fixed, but for the night you sat down and asked him what he was carrying. So this week, before you fix the next thing at home, sit down first. 10 minutes. No tool in your hand. One real question, then long enough to hear the answer. You might be terrible at it. Go do it anyway. The hand that learned to listen to a bearing can learn to listen to a person. It is the same muscle. It just takes longer to train. If this hit you, subscribe to Someone to Be. Like the video. Send it to one man whose hands people trust. Put Fixer in the comments if you know this life. Then go back in the house.